Hello and welcome to Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead. Guys, I'm out in the garden today trying to get some things planted. And as you know, in this bed right here, I planted some black-eyed peas. They haven't come up as of yet. Over in this bed, I have my onions and some sage. And inside of the cinder blocks, I have my garlic growing. Over in this bed, I have some thyme and also some garlic in the inside parts of the cinder blocks, some sage in a pot, and then also I have some potatoes growing inside of the raised bed. Over here, guys, is my Texas Star hibiscus that I received seeds from Lady Cheryl. And the part of the branch was breaking, so of course I cut it off. But if you look here, you see where there's some new growth coming back. In these buckets here, I have some Brussels sprouts. Over here, I have some sugar snap peas and more Brussels sprouts in those containers. Here I have some cabbage. And this is the bed that I'm going to be working on next, in which I'll be planting some green beans. And I have some petunias and some flowers in the inner parts of the cinder blocks. Over here, guys, I have some daylilies down here in the inside of the cinder blocks and some marigolds. And in this bed, I've planted some collards and broccoli. Over here in this bed, guys, I planted some purple hull peas, but I went back because I was thinking, hey, I am not using a lot of space that could be used. And so what I've done here is I've planted some marigolds and some kale in the center blocks here. And over on this side, I have some marigolds, but I also have some of the red giant mustard greens in the cells as well. And as you can see, the purple hull peas have not come up as of yet. They were planted very recently, so I'm not expecting them to have germinated just yet, but hopefully soon. And we're expecting a lot of rain this week, so I'm sure that after the rain, I should see some sprouts coming up. Over in this bed, I had planned to plant tomatoes, but because I compost in place and was putting a lot of my fresh kitchen scraps inside of these pots over winter, you see here where I have some potatoes that have started growing in here. And so what I did is I had some more store-bought potatoes that have started chitting. And so I just added it to this pot. They haven't come up as of yet, but from my compost, these are the ones that have come up. Here's a raspberry bush. And I've got several raspberry bushes coming up on their own that I'm gonna dig out just a little later. But also, guys, today I went on and I planted my zucchini. So I have zucchini in this grow bag, zucchini in this grow bag, another raspberry bush, another zucchini plant, and let me get over to the other side. Another zucchini plant here, and another raspberry bush. And if you look at these grapes here, guys, you see that they are budding. So I'm really excited about that. They are coming back to life. They are usually some of the last of the berries to show signs of life. But also I have a strawberry here that's trying to put on fruit. And then down here, guys, in the middle here, I have another pot of potatoes. I had flowers in these two pots, and I think they may come back on their own, so I'm not going to plant anything in them just yet. Over here, I have my strawberry tower, and I have another strawberry tower that I plan to put on top of this crate right here. I need to go get it from where I had it on the front porch. But here's another pot of potatoes. And here are my strawberries from the Bull's Garden. And more here. More potatoes here. And so over on this side, guys, I have more of the red giant mustards and a few regular mustards in here as well. The same here. I have some kale in here and here. And I have one collard that I'm allowing to go to seed. This is my herb bed that needs to be refreshed. There's a lot of weeds in here, but I can still point out some of the herbs that I have in here. And as you can see here, my blackberries have really come in and they are already setting fruit. Over here, I have my blueberries. This is a pot with spearmint, and I see the spearmints coming back. More blueberries, lemon balm, lemonade blueberries, more lemon balm, and there's my comfrey. I need to get in here and scrape all around it, but you can see now where it's coming up in different areas. I think I have about 10 plants that I divided from this first one here that I purchased from Diva Jones 03. And from that one plant, I've made all these others. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do now, oh, here's some cabbage. And then what we're gonna be doing now is this bed right here is where I wanna plant my green beans. So the variety of green beans that I'll be growing is called the Strike bush beans, and this little packet contains 400 seeds. And I'm going to sow them, because they're in a raised bed, I'm going to sow them about 2 to 4 inches apart, and I'm going to try to make at least 5 to 6 rows in this garden area. Now go back and push them in a little further. That way I can see where I'm placing them. I grew them like this last year in a market garden, and they did really well. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is go on and get this filled out, and I'll come back and let you see what it's looking like. Okay, I have all of my seeds in, and I'm just gonna cover it over. Just tapping it down. And the Strike bush beans are the only bush beans now that I will be growing, because I grew them, I think, for the first time last year or either the year before that. And they were absolutely wonderful. They're very prolific. They put on lots of green beans that you can harvest all at one time. And I first saw the Backyard Gardener growing Strike bush beans and saw how huge her harvest was, and from there I went on Amazon, and I have been ordering from Pawpaw's Garden Supply ever since watching her video. But I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. This is my birthday week, and I'm off all week, so I will be posting videos, hopefully, God's willing, all this week. My birthday is tomorrow, so I am just really excited. The weather here in Tennessee, growing zone 7A, seems to be looking good. We don't have any temperatures below the 40s for the next 10 days. So I will be taking advantage of the weather and my time off from work to get more things done here on the homestead. But thank you so much for joining me. And if you're new to my channel, I hope that you would consider subscribing. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. God bless. Bye-bye.